Good evening and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. I hope that you guys are doing okay this evening. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, but definitely hit the like button. Hitting the like button, I'm going to put that up on the screen. It helps the video to circulate. It keeps it in the algorithm. So definitely hit the like button. And also, I've been noticing if I'm gonna have to I'm just gonna say this, please subscribe to the channel because I look at my analytics. Okay. um and I see that I get more people. The numbers of the unsubscribed people that look at my videos are higher than the subscribed people. Okay. So all the unsubscribed people that comes over to look at my videos for whatever reasons, um please hit the subscribe button. You may as well subscribe if you're gonna come over here all the time, because those numbers are always steady. I can't understand you come to my channel and you don't want to subscribe. And make sure you hit the like button. I would really appreciate that. Okay. You keep coming back, so evidently you like something about the channel. Okay, so just hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Okay. But anyways, i wanted to talk about um I wanted to talk about TRAVELL Hill, the Sweetie Pies case. Of course, everybody know that I had did some videos on the Sweetie Pies case. Sweetie Pies is was a restaurant based out of St. Louis that was on OWN's network. Okay. And it was based around Tim Norman and Robbie Montgomery. Miss Montgomery was the grandmother of Andre Montgomery, the young man who was killed. Okay. And it has come out, they have been found guilty that his uncle Tim, which was Miss Robbie's son, paid Hitman TRAVELL Hill to kill his own blood nephew, his brother's only child. Okay, his brother was unfortunately killed when Andre was about 2 months old. Um, so Andre never even knew his daddy. And then years later, his uncle paid for a hit on his life for insurance money. Okay, because I'm hearing Tim had got tied up in a whole lot of debt. Okay, he had gotten tied up in a whole lot of debt. I'm also hearing, um, yeah, he had gotten tied up in a whole lot of debt. And hey, trying to, start a lot of franchises, which is why his mother ended up suing him because he was ruining her name, her line of credit by going and over budgeting and opening up all of those restaurants. Okay. And the restaurants, with her name on them. And I'm also hearing, okay, that before he put insurance on Andre, that his mother was a thought, okay, which is why, it's just a lot of stuff in the atmosphere. Miss Robbie's house was robbed, it was burglarized rather, and that was blamed on Andre, which is one reason why we stopped seeing Andre on the show, because he was so offended that they was blaming him. Tim actually convinced his family, his grandmother and that side of the family, that Andre did it, when the fact of the matter is Tim did it. Okay. Everybody knows that Tim did it. Okay. Um, and he went and put a fake insurance policy on his nephew. Okay. And had TRAVELL Hill to assassinate his nephew, which was sad. Okay, and so today, TRAVELL Hill, or yesterday, he was sentenced to 32 years. And I want to read to you all what he said. Okay, this is gonna be a little short video. Um, Wait a minute, that's the wrong thing. Um, Hold on 1 second. Um, that's not it. Okay, that's it right there. Okay, it says the man who shot and killed a okay, so I was making sure. Okay. A man who shot and killed a St. Louis reality TV star appeared on OWN's Welcome to Sweetie Pies was sentenced to 32 years in prison. According to St. Louis Post-Dispatch, TRAVELL Anthony Hill, 31, was given the sentence for 2 counts of murder for hire in the death of 21-year-old Andre Montgomery Jr. Hill pleaded guilty in June to conspiring with James Timothy Norman, which was Andre's uncle, in 2016 to kill Montgomery. Montgomery was Tim Norman's nephew. Montgomery and Norman both appeared in Welcome to Sweetie Pies, which centered on the St. Louis area soul food restaurant run by their family. I've been dead since the day of the murder, TRAVELL Hill said during his hearing on October the 20th. According to the Post-Dispatch, I apologize to everyone in court. Norman reportedly gave a friend instructions to provide Hill with $5,000 in cash after the murder, as he was the sole beneficiary of an insurance policy worth up to $450,000 against his nephew's life. How can you sleep? Montgomery's sister, Kaylin Griggs, asked him, Hill. The Post-Dispatch reported, was the $5,000 worth it? During the hearing, Hill said 2 of his brothers were killed in shootings the same year he shot Montgomery. He claimed that he killed Montgomery to defend himself, not for the money. He also said he hasn't been able to meet his 1-year-old son in prison because of his incarceration. Though the charges called for life in prison, Hill's defense lawyer Peter Cohen and prosecutor Angie Dennis and Gwendolyn Carroll asked for a 30-year sentence, given Hill's cooperation with law enforcement. Kind of remind me of a situation that's I believe gonna happen in Memphis. Okay, I ain't saying no names though. Last month, a jury found Norman guilty of conspiracy to commit murder for hire, and conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud. Okay, Terica Ellis, another conspirator, also entered a guilty plea for conspiracy to commit murder for hire in July. She admitted that on the night of the murder, she told Hill where Montgomery was before luring the victim outside. Both Hill and Ellis testified against Tim Norman. Prosecutors said Norman paid Ellis, an exotic dancer, only $10,000 for her role in the killing. Okay? Now, this is a damn shame all the way across the board. Okay? It's just a damn shame. It's just sickening. Number one, to pay to have your own blood nephew taken out. That's number one. Okay? Number two, these people took out this young man, okay, for the boy got paid $5,000 and she got paid 10. They say 10, but I think in all actuality she only got paid $9,500. Okay, and Tim thought that he was going to get a $450,000 insurance policy, which is something that he never got because he needed the death certificate. He was trying to get the death certificate from Andre's mother, I'm told, and that immediately raised her suspicions, in which they was already suspicious about him, because according to them, when he came to the funeral, he had bodyguards to Andre's funeral. As soon as the funeral was over, he left and hopped right back on the plane with his bodyguards. Okay. And according to Andre's family, before it happened, he told his family, if anything happens to me, Tim did it, because Tim was trying to make everybody think that Andre was the one that had broken into Miss Robbie's house and burglarized her home and stole her life savings, which was about $250,000. Okay, and a lot of her business deal, her paperwork. Now, why would Andre want his grandmama's paperwork and stuff like that? Andre, they said, pleaded with his grandmama and said, Grandma, I would never do you like that. I had no reason to do that, and tried to tell her Tim did this and he's trying to set me up. And Miss Robbie did not listen to her grandson. Okay. So, it's a damn shame that this has happened. This is sick on so many levels. Now, Tim got his ass in jail. They say he constantly, trying to get appeals and things of that nature. But, Tim is going to rot in jail. He need to. Your brother dies tragically when Andre was 2 months old or around 2 months old, and then you turn around and do your own blood nephew the way that your brother was done. Okay. And the sad thing about it is they said that Miss Robbie was the one that kind of lured Andre back to St. Louis because he wanted to please his grandmother so bad and prove to her that he did not um break into her house and burglarize her house. So he came back to St. Louis to take a lie detector test. I would hate to believe that Miss Robbie lured Andre back to St. Louis so that her son could do something to him. I don't know if I believe that. I don't want to believe it. I believe that Tim encouraged her and manipulated her by saying, Mama, if he didn't do it, tell him to come back to St. Louis to take this lie detector test so that he can get him back there so that they could take, Andre out. Okay. And like I said, because of how the feds work, I think I told the story before. My friend Byron, who knows Andre's family personally, had reached out to me because Andre's mother had started to get restless and she wanted justice for her son, and she was looking to hire a private investigator. She had no idea that the feds was already on top of had been working on this case for a long time, for a while. I think they had picked that case up and had been working on it for over a year, and she had no idea. And she wanted justice, and so had reached out to my friend, and he reached out to me because she was wanting to hire a private investigator, and she just didn't want it to be a private investigator out of Missouri. Okay. And for some reason I was really overloaded. I know it was God. I've told the story before. And I did not take the case. Okay. Even after I told her it would be more from traveling from Tennessee to Missouri. She was adamant that she did not want to investigate out of Missouri. But a month later, there was a break in the case. The feds broke the case. So while she was trying to figure it out, God had already worked it out. That's how the feds work. That's why I told you I don't have no doubt about, as it relates to young Dolph. This case, it has a lot of similarities, different, but a lot of similarities, and I believe the outcome is going to be similar. Okay, it's going to be similar. Okay. But anyways, you guys, he was sentenced to 32 years. So thank God and justice for Andre. I want to show y'all a little picture of Andre, if y'all don't mind. If y'all will stick around, this video is going to be super, super short. But I just want to show y'all a little picture of Andre Montgomery. Yeah, he was on Sweetie Pies, and he was a handsome little fella. And he had I think Tim was jealous of his nephew because his nephew had gotten into rapping. He was younger. Tim wanted to be a rapper. He had spent 15 years in jail. His body was whopped. Nobody was going to want to see him. And Andre had all the attributes, and he had youth on his side. And Andre was a nice looking young man. He had the, kind of had the football, type body build. That's him right there. Okay. And that's Andre right there. He looked a lot like his uncle, and that's Tim. Now, when Tim was arrested, when the feds went and got Tim, this is the picture that Tim took that day. Everybody said when he was grinning like a chess cat, they knew that he was guilty because your nephew been murdered and they come and arrest you. The feds come and arrest you and indict you for the murder of your nephew, and you take a photo, a picture grinning like that. Hell, I would have been trying to figure out, no, hell no, what is going on? That was my brother's only child, and my brother was taken out of here. I would never do that to my nephew. I wouldn't have been grinning like that. That's the insurance agent right there, and that's the stripper girl. That was his girlfriend that he got to set Andre up. She set him up, lured him out. He gave her $9,500. And the insurance agent was the one that rigged up the insurance papers because he was not supposed to be able to get a $450,000 policy on Andre. It was illegal. Okay. And here's the Sweetie Pie show. That was Tim's baby mama. He didn't want her. That's his son, and that's his cousin. But this right here was Andre. Andre Andre was a nice looking young man, pretty brown eyes, just handsome, had a whole lot of life ahead of him. And his own uncle, his own hating, jealous uncle, helped to get him taken up out of here. And now he got the rot he need to, because he looked rotten, and he need to rot in for the rest of his life in jail. Okay, so thank God for justice. I'm glad that the hitman got 32 years. Okay, the hitman got 32 years. I'm glad they turned state's evidence. These folks around here turning state's evidence like 40 going north. Praise God. Okay, they may as well, because you're gonna do the time anyway. She might as well try to do what's right. Okay. But anyways, you guys, that's all I want to say about that. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Like, share, and subscribe. For all of the people that come and look at the video, it don't cost nothing to hit the video, because my unsubscribed viewers are slightly higher. No, because my unsubscribed viewers that look at this, I think they said it's 54%, and the other one is it's like 46% or something like that. Okay. I think the percentages are, because it equaled over 100, because I was like, I thought it was all supposed to equal 100, but that's what it said. Okay. So hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, okay? And if you would like to support the channel, you could definitely do that via Cash App, or you could do it via Super Chat. If the unsubscribed numbers are always slightly higher than the subscribe numbers, that means I got a lot of fans that don't subscribe. So please subscribe to the channel, okay? Talk to you later.